Jandler's the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Today will be our part 2 of what bothers Choey the most, what grinds his gears. In case you missed it throughout the earlier episodes, here we are just kind of rehashing some of his finer moments. So sit back, relax, and listen to him as he gets you spun up and laughing all at the same time.
In pure Choey fashion, thankful for a couple of things. Thankful for the time off because I work in an office full of women, and it never fails that at least once a week somebody drops a deuce in like what would be considered like the male's restroom because it's the only one that they know I use. And yet somebody drops a deuce in there and it's not me and it smells. And I can only think they either do it so they can blame it on me.
Yeah.
Because they think that nobody else is going to go in there. But I'm like, every once in a while, y'all still use that one. It's not marked. It's a unisex one. They still use it. But now granted, I have no basis of like fact on this. I don't know if they do the other one too. But I kind of feel like if I was like a female and I wanted to get away with taking a dump at work, go do it in the one that's usually used by the guys. Ain't got to worry about it then. And then
He said that's a unisex bathroom?
Yeah, they're both. I mean, we're in like a little remote or annex building that used to be like a pre-K wing had, so it had like 4 classrooms.
No, it's like you and I sex. Oh. Maybe you need sex.
But it's and it sits there so it's like it's these 2 classrooms, so they these classrooms would share this restroom in the hallway, these classrooms would share these.
Yeah.
So they're universal, but at the same time, it's kind of understood. Like the one on the other side is the one that girls are using most of the time. The one on the right is the one I use. And so I'm like, somebody's taking a dump, and they're probably trying to blame it on me. It's like Tribbiani over there take some wicked deuces.
If there's ever a time you really got to go at school, you're like, I'm gonna hold it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You only live like 10 minutes from home or whatever. Anyway, you should just go home. I'll be back.
But yeah, dude, it's kind of bothers me. But I'm thankful that I don't have to deal with that for at least a week.
Woo!
And I'm also thankful that I don't have to deal with silly work tickets because I get some where kid can't log in, doesn't have access to the programs. I'm like, how long has the kid been in the system? Today? They got nothing they can access. They can't even access the computer. They shouldn't be able to because they don't even have a login account. So it's a work ticket saying,
24 hours, right?
Yeah. Like to create this account, and then once that account gets created, then I can create the other accounts for them to sink into it. It's all good. It's pretty seamless. But don't sit there and be like, kid got here today, they don't have access. Well, yeah, it's not a movie theater. You don't have tickets right away to get in. It's not that.
Front of the line, kid. Let's go.
Now I'm like, send me a work ticket if the kid's been enrolled for a few days and they're like, hey man, I still don't have access. Yeah, but like if you just show up today, you're not getting nothing. We don't even know that you're staying, Jack.
It reminds me of one kid, like I because I deal with second graders, the kids got Chromebooks. What the kids like to do is like, if I'm annoyed with you, I shut your computer on you, right?
Oh.
Right, and I've seen kids. What I'll do is like, I'll shut your computer, and you get upset at me, and so you shut mine harder, and then mine breaks, right? Like my screen, the plasma, whatever. And I've seen that, and then I have to tell my tech guy like what happened, right? But I had one kid. It wasn't exactly like that this year, but he grabbed somebody else's computer, and we teach him, don't grab it by the, with your thumbs on the screen or whatever. But he grabbed it, and then I was told that he was twisting it, right? Like the screen. So he broke the plasma and stuff in there. And so I had to tell the tech guy, and I was like, this is what happened. I was like, it is not this kid needs a new computer, but it's not his fault. He didn't do it. It's the other kid that was another kid messed with it. Because I was just like, I didn't want one kid to get punished, and I let the other kid's parents know. But we're still under this process where it's like they just replace it. I feel like there should be something for that kid. His parents have to do something, but they don't.
Yeah, that's not a cool, man. Like those things. I mean, they're not expensive in the grand scheme of life, but they're not cheap either.
not when you have to buy like however many they buy. My school district buys for all the kids, but then it always leads to me having conversations with the students. Like, look, if it's not yours, don't touch it. You know, it's like it's pretty simple. Maybe it's a simple logic. We get older. It's like if it's not yours, keep your hands off of it. But
yeah, but dude, like, you know what sucks though too, and this is, I mean, to a couple different school districts, and I've seen that same problem. Like, you get teachers that don't care either. They're like, well, the kids just grab whichever one, and you're like, dude, like, you're the adult in the system, man. How hard is it to come up with a system where like the first kid gets this one every single time?
yeah,
Just tell. I mean, kids are if kids are getting the skills that you're teaching them in class, they should be able to memorize. Oh, when I go to your class, I get number whatever. That's what they should be able to figure out if they can.
yeah. We'll see. Like we like ours are assigned to our kids, like specifically.
Yeah.
And so they have like a sticker with a barcode of their name on it, and then I have a class sticker on it with their class number. I think it's a lot bigger, so they can see that too. But I'm like, this is assigned to you. Like, I had a couple kids, and the chargers aren't as big a deal, but they're still like $12. I think about 5 of my kids have already lost their charger, and I'm like, we label it every day. Chargers, computers, and I have login cards every day. Those 3 things, I'm like, do I have everybody's? Yeah, if it's on the floor, put it in your cubby. And then the couple times I had subs, like the last time I had a sub, man, on my sub plan, I was like, hey, please make sure you got everybody's login card, right? And the kids know this is what I do every day. I come in the next day, and I was missing 2 or 3 login cards, and I was like, well, now I got to make those login cards because these kids don't know how to log in without their login card. And I'm like, man, and it's like, it's not something I can do right away, so I have to have it made before class starts. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so I'm thankful too. I don't have to deal with that. You know, I also didn't. Our principal said we could have sent the devices home for the kids, and I'm like, they're not gonna do anything with it, you know, school wise. So it's like, no, I'll leave it at home where I'll leave it at school, I should say, where I can keep track of it. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we received a letter that as a holiday gift, our high school is memorializing you. What? Well, that's awesome. We just need to make sure to dress up for the occasion. So, dude, what do you think? They call it the What's Crappin' Toilet, the Choey Triviani Memorial Porta Potty. If you think about it, it's the gift that keeps on giving and will stand the test of time. Not cool. Alright, high school. You just made the list. So, dude, I don't know if it's all the sentimental talk or the burritos and enchiladas we had on the way here, but I need to christen this toilet in your honor. So, can you give me a little private time? Sure. Jandler, I'll give you time.
So, this kind of builds upon something else that I've talked about before. So I talked to you about the fact that I'm in an office with all ladies, right?
Yeah, in the bathroom dilemma.
Yes. So I got bumped on that stuff twice the other day. And I know it happened twice because I went in the morning to go to use the restroom and it smelled. It had that like odor, right?
Yeah.
Like, dang. And then I went in the afternoon later on and it was like fresh. So like whoever did it twice in the same day.
Like didn't flush?
No, it's like it happened. Like there's not like you wouldn't walk in and see evidence of it, but you walk in and smell the evidence.
Right, right.
And it's just like, dude, there's little body mist sprays and stuff in there. I'm just like, come on, man, just like even if you walk in, sometimes you get like that spray and you can still kind of smell a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I'd rather have like a candy mist smell of it as opposed to like you walking in straight smell.
Well, I know in Asia they got some kind of spray that if you spray the toilet before you go, like the water, you know,
we
like
got that here. It's called
okay.
Well, like the name brand is Poopery.
Okay.
And they got like I've seen it. I mean, I bought some for my spouse and everything because she was like, "Oh, it's great," and it makes it. Apparently, like, it's supposed to be like an oil that sits on the water, so like it goes in.
Yeah.
But I would say it doesn't always work because like sometimes you get like a lemon ass smell. Like as opposed to just like lemon. So I'm like, whatever.
Choey's like, I'm gonna put this to work. Let's see what it can do.
Well, dude, I almost feel like I need to buy some for that room because you walk in and it's not something where you're like, oh, hey, like you walk in and it's like,
You're
God
like,
dang,
what?
yeah, like enough to where I just want to be like, you know what? I'm out. I'm gonna go use the restroom in some other building. Like I'm not doing this anymore today because I don't want to walk in and smell that. Because I feel like one of them, one of the restrooms says ladies.
Yeah.
The other one just says restroom. So it's like kind of one of those like the girls can go there. Anybody can go in this one. So I feel like they do that so that way they go in the. And I mean, granted, I don't check the girls to see if they do that stuff over there, but I'm like, come on, man, like that stuff smells, and it's just like.
I may have told you this, so sorry about the repeat, but it's still kind of a funny story. I worked at a middle school the last year I was up in Illinois, right? I was an aide for a kid with autism. And there was a teacher, he'd retired, but he'd come back and he'd sub every now and then, right? And so up there, most of the schools were junior highs. Most were like K through 6 elementary, 7th and 8th grade junior high, right? But a lot of the school districts up there were small. They had like 1-2 schools in a district. So like the one I was at, they had too much in the elementary, so they ended up having 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th at the middle school, right? So there's like a 5th grade wing, 6th grade wing, 7th, all that, right? And anyway, one day it had to be around lunch. Like I'm teachers knew me because I as an aide there because I was there, all year. Walking down, that teacher. Well, we didn't know at the time. There was a staff bathroom right there next to the girls and boys bathroom, that the kids used. And this guy dropped a bomb, man. Like it was just like you could smell it down the hallway. And, kids are walking around, they're like, oh my, they're like, what the? Teachers are like, kind of like you can walk by them, they look at you like, do you smell that? And they're like, yeah. It ended up being that teacher. Like it was terrible, but like once people saw, they just started laughing. It was just, I was like, man, you stunk up a whole hallway. Like that's impressive in a lot of ways, but it was just like, it's like I taste it in my mouth,
You kind of like, what did you eat that made that happen? Like
was that cafeteria food? Please tell me no. It's like
you're like, don't eat that on that day.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I don't even know if he realized. Well, he had to realize it was his smell, but I don't know if he realized that we knew it was him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like I kind of want to be like I don't know how to go about doing it without embarrassing somebody and saying, hey, look, y'all need to quit taking dumps over here if you're the one that smells it up because I don't want anybody thinking I'm the one that does that. I don't do that here at work. And I would take it very much appreciated if y'all would at least do it in the girls so everybody knows it's a girl that's doing it.
Stop blaming it all on me. Joey wasn't here. You know what you like you get a knife, like you're in prison, and you go in there and you scratch. Choey wasn't here. This wasn't me.
It would have to be Choey doesn't here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's just, I get like you have stomach issues, you do whatever it is. Like I get it. People like I've done stuff like that where it smells bad. I get it.
Do you ever tell your wife about those stories?
Yeah, she was like,
did she just laugh or what?
She was like, you should just call them out on it. Be like, hey guys, whoever's doing that, like, she's like, I would think it's funny, and I'm like, I don't know that anybody else would.
Yeah, so you should walk out with toilet paper glued to your shoes, man. Yeah, like on the heel.
I should just go in, and then the next time is like walk in, but who though? Look at in mother.
One of my former APs, I guess they get like the fake plastic poop. And I guess she like put it on on top of the toilet seat or whatever, right? The lid, not the lid, but the rim or whatever. And then called in the custodian. She was just like messing with him. Was like, you can do that. You're like, there's everywhere.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed part 2 with this Chapping Choey's A. I had a great time putting it together. Next week we got some new stuff coming on. Still going on with the clip shows for a little bit longer, and then we'll be back to making new content here sooner than you realize. I want to remind everybody to follow us on Instagram at Choey and Jan. That's CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. Also can find us on Twitter at Choey and Jan. So content soon. So again, look forward to seeing you in the future. Peace.